Welcome back to the end of another year. And boy, what a year. Because this year has been so eventful, I'll be leaning more into the review aspect of things in comparison to what last year's video was. The major things I'd say happened are as follows from earliest to latest. I started the Kortharos Tales, which is a spin-off following a Kortharos wanderer telling stories from their culture that shapes the Kortharos ideology. I also started a Patreon account, I released a few songs, I played a few games, and I read a few stories, and I wrote a few stories, the works. But I'll highlight my favorite productions and the single video that, let's just say the numbers were not that big before that video. The earliest of these videos was Meet Ragnar. This video was based on a response I wrote to a post on the subreddit Writing Prompts. You can see that post in the video's description. With that story, I properly introduced Ragnar Fallon as a character, whereas he'd only ever been mentioned before. I plan on better developing him later on, but hey, I need to start somewhere. The next video was Meet Barry, which is easily the most complex video I've ever done. If the art featured in it wasn't evidence of that, I don't know what is. We get to see more of a certain blonde portal-wielding maniac and a certain blonde whip-wielding maniac. And Ditto gets to use swear words for a video. Exciting stuff for everyone involved. With Anna Learns Magic, I introduced the elemental magic system of the Stormblade Chronicles, but only just an introduction. I have a lot to work on for the system, but refinement is the goal. Oh, and the ending was great. Just so cute. But the most successful video I've made this year, the most impactful video I've ever uploaded, If Glamrock Bonnie Could Speak. Holy shit, this video. I guess I got lucky with the algorithm because it is the first video of mine ever to surpass 500 views. And also 1,000 views. And also 10,000 views. It surpassed 30,000 views as of the writing of the script. And all I have to say is, as your legal advisor, Mr. Montgomery Gator, I advise you refrain from making such explicit commentary regarding the allegations raised against you. Please consider exercising your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. In all seriousness, thank you for your support. It's really nice to see that something I made is worthwhile to people. So, what's next? Well, to summarize how I'm feeling, I don't think I did enough this year. I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to accomplish. But this next year, 2024, I'm going to be trying to do things a little bit differently in response. I'm getting a new artist to help with the art. You may find them familiar. Here's a commission I placed with them for a D&D character I made. And I'm going to be focusing on shorter stories that better define the characters I've introduced so far and show off more of the world these stories take place in. That doesn't mean the next major arc isn't coming. I'm still ironing out the kinks in the script, but once I have everything I need for it, I'll be starting on putting together this 10 episode arc. Yes, 10 episodes. Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. But the plan is to do half of them at a time, with a space in between to take a break and do other things, which brings me to another point. One of my biggest issues going forward is that I'm getting really burnt out with this writing. I need to take a more significant break from what I'm working on, but the issue is I fear that if I do that, I'm never going to get back to it. So, what's a guy to do? Well, obviously get help. I have plenty of friends who are pretty good at writing, with at least one who learned how to write better from me. Hopefully, this will boost quality and give me the opportunity to really just sit back for a moment. Oh, and music videos are going to be significantly fewer and further in between. Adobe raised prices on their products, so I'm cutting After Effects, which is what I use for the fancy auto spectrum stuff. I'd rather pay $35 a month for video stuff rather than $70, so if any music-related material comes out in the future, it's highly likely I'll have paid somebody else to make the video part for me. But most important of all, I intend to make a significant effort to learn how to use Blender. I've only ever done a couple of things with the program, with this unpolished 3D model of a Jev Sora being the only meaningful thing I did with it. But my thought is if I can learn how to make my own models and either animate them or set up pictures for them, it'll boost production quality much higher on a much lower budget than hiring someone smarter than I am. Speaking of budget, I would like to take this opportunity to ask all of you watching this video to subscribe to my Patreon. Any amount you can provide, even if it's as low as $1, helps the channel grow. And also keeps me from being homeless. Even if you don't, consider subscribing to my channel. The bigger my channel gets, the more empowered I'll be to not only improve my content, but branch out into other avenues and develop other stories as well. And with that, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the patrons I already have who support my channel, and I'd like to thank my close associates and friends who have helped me develop my content this year, including, but not limited to, Little Anna Smith, Noah the Phoenix, The Painted Dragon, Taekwondo, and Warden of Lua. And most of all, I want to thank you for watching and enjoying what I make. I hope you'll stick around for another year of stories. The bigger my channel gets, the more empowered